Yo, what's up guys? Imagine Create Destroy here, and in this week's video I'm going to take this VW model kit, turn it into a hot boxing room on wheels. Cause what screams hippie stoner more than a VW bus, am I right? While I build the model kit, I want to talk a little bit about why I missed last week's post. I've been in the process of getting a new place and moving, so I've been super busy. Some of my crafting stuff has been packed in a storage unit, so I'm a little limited on what I can build, kind of hindering my creativity a bit. But anyway, I had this model kit laying around and saw a video of someone using cotton balls to make smoke. And I was like, oh, I could turn this VW bus into a stoner's paradise. I wanted to keep this build pretty simple since I was limited on time. So I started by building the model kit, which was honestly really easy, until I'd drop apart, struggle finding it for a while, but other than that, it was easy going. I'm going to assemble the model kit in different sections just to make it easier when I paint it in the next step, which unfortunately made it a bit harder to assemble the model because the paint added some extra thickness, but it's alright, I think it still came out pretty decent. I started with the base coat of a bright white with my airbrush, but honestly a rattle can would also work just fine. Maybe even a little easier because you do have to set this thing up, mix the paint, clean up after, but I didn't have any white spray paint, so this will do. After I painted the bottom half of the bus with a light purple, really wanted to use a gloss varnish to get that shiny look actual cars have, but I really just didn't have time to go to the store and buy it. Maybe that'll be something I can do in the future to add that extra little touch. I painted the seats dark purple, glued on the doors, then struggled putting on the windows, so I'll just do that off camera and we can move on to hotboxing this Chief Mobile. To give the smoke effect, I used cotton swabs and filled the inside of the car. Then glued the roof onto the bus and also glued on some metal rods to help support the cotton swabs I'm going to use for the smoke coming out of the front windows. In an effort to debox this thing, I wrapped the cotton swabs around the metal supports and glued them into place as well. Now for the finishing touches, I'll just glue on the wheels and all the chrome accents, as well as the front headlights. Okay, now that that's done, I'll set it to the side and get to work on the base for this build. I started by cutting out a piece of XPS foam, then I used the bus just to make sure it fits nicely before moving on. Okay, now that that's done, I'll set it to the side and get to work on the base for this build. I started by cutting out a piece of XPS foam, then I'll use the van just to make sure it fits nicely before moving on. I'll slap on a layer of texture paste with a paintbrush. This helps give a nice natural look. Then I'll place some plaster rocks I made for a previous build and use some more texture paste to bend it into the paste. Then I'll use some more texture paste to blend it into the base. After, I sprinkled on some rocks and desert soil to add a little bit extra detail and depth. I pushed all this into the base with my finger, that way when the paste dries, it's actually like stuck in there and doesn't fall out. I used a medium brown, and then I'm going to follow up with the dry brushing of like a dark green. Once that fully dries, I'm going to cover the whole base with the Agrax Earth Shade. This is basically just a really dark wash, and this will help give a little variation to the paint. For the rocks, I'll start with a dark brown base coat, then I'm going to use a couple different reds and one yellow. I'm going to wet blend this on just so the color transition is nice and smooth. After, I'll hit it with the Reichland Shade Wash. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And lastly, I'm going to use this brown pigment powder just to add a little more depth and detail. I'll glue the model into place. Then I'm going to use some grass tufts to cover the empty space. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Thank you so much to everyone who watches. It really does mean a lot to me. I'm really going to try my hardest to post a video next week, but if not, I'll catch y'all soon. Now let's roll the beauties. Peace.